Guys, AFC Playoff Picture. Um, let's start off Kansas City. Now, Kansas City has tough matchups. They have two against San Diego, two against Denver. Washington, RG3 is playing like he normally does. Oakland, they gave him a little bit of trouble, and it's in Oakland. And then Indianapolis, although I think with Reggie Wayne, they're a different team. I think they win out. I think they go 16-0. That defense is tough enough. Peyton Manning, he gets hit. He's hurt right now. San Diego, I don't think their offense is good enough to match up against that defense. It's just that defense is too tough. All those defenses that they go against too aren't the best, so the offense will be able to put up points and be able to keep competitive. And then Denver, I think they lose to Kansas City twice. I do think they beat New England. They have San Diego again, Tennessee, Houston, Oakland. I think they go out 13-3. And then New England, they have Carolina, Denver, Houston, Cleveland, Miami, Baltimore, and Buffalo. But I think the only game they lose out of that is Denver. And I think they go 13-3, even beating a tough Carolina team. San Diego, they'll go 7-9. They have games against Miami, Kansas City twice, Denver, Oakland again, Giants, and Cincinnati. Don't discount the Raiders on them. They have played San Diego very well. So I think San Diego goes 7-9. And then next, the Jets. 9-7. They have Buffalo. They lose to Baltimore, which we'll keep in mind. That's important later. Miami, Oakland, Carolina, Cleveland, Miami. A lot of these AFC teams have tough down the stretch schedules. So it's going to be harder for them to go as more positive, like a +2 games over 500. Next, Oakland. They have a tough schedule going down the stretch. Dallas, Jets, Kansas City, San Diego, Denver, Tennessee, Houston. I see them 5-11. Tennessee, I think they lose out, go 4-12. After losing to the Jags, I believe in that defense a little less. Next, Baltimore. They have a tough stretch. They go 9-7 and keep in check. They go 4-12 in their division. With games against Patriots, Cincinnati, the Jets, Pittsburgh. I think they're starting to find a way to win. Cincinnati is kind of on an up and down team, but I mean, if they can win, just go 9-7, get into the playoffs, it's a successful season. Cleveland, I think they go 9-7 too. There probably is the easiest out of Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Baltimore for the divisional race. I think they go 5-1 in the division. And then Cincinnati, they still have San Diego, Cleveland, Indy, Pittsburgh, Minnesota, and Baltimore. They'll have the toughest road. I think they go 2-4 for 9-7 in the division and have a 9-7 record. And then Pittsburgh, I think they win one game, and that is against Miami. Again, I'm not putting Miami. I think they're too dysfunctional. I looked at their schedule. They have 2 games against the Jets. They still have the Pats. It's not going to be. They're not going to make the playoffs. But I think with that, Kansas City will be the number 1 seed, so they can go to the Super Bowl. New England will be number 2. Indianapolis will win it 12-4, because the only game I see them losing now is Kansas City. Even without Reggie Wayne, they'll have tough matchups. But Andrew Luck, I'm a firm believer. Next, Cleveland, because they have the 5-1 division record, they win the division. Next, Denver, because obviously they would win the division had it not been for Kansas City having the upstart that they had. And then Baltimore will sneak in over the Jets. In this wild card spot comes down to who wins against Baltimore and against the Jets. If Baltimore wins, they sneak into the 6th spot. If the Jets win, then I think they sneak into the 6th spot. But either way, I think it's down to Baltimore, Jets, or Cincinnati and Cleveland down for that last playoff spot. And San Diego, but San Diego is just too tough a road with Kansas City twice and all those teams. All right, guys, that's the playoff picture. Keep in tune. Tuesday fantasy. Games coming up, primetime Wednesday, notable games Thursday, regular games Friday, and then we will have storylines. I'm sorry about that not being in. Thanks for watching. Keep tuning in.